I am absolutely sick of this. As since the Toronto Raptors made their moves at the deadline, there's been a contingent of Raptors fans talking about RJ Barrett not fitting this team long term, being built around Scottie Barnes, Brandon Ingram out there on the wings. But frankly, even though this is not me saying Scottie Barnes is bad and Brandon Ingram's not the fit, but RJ Barrett has proven over the course of this season that he not only is a crucial piece to the future of this organization, a crucial piece to this team, and we saw it in last night's game against the Miami Heat. I'm going to come out and open this video, and it might be a pretty bold take, but RJ Barrett's been our best player this season. I think it's tough to debate. Yes, I'm still bullish on Scottie Barnes being our best player long term, all of those types of things. RJ Barrett has been the best player on the Toronto Raptors and has earned, needs to be a part of the future of this organization. And last night was a masterclass as to why that is the case. So we're going to break down this Raptors loss to the Miami Heat, how it affects the tank, but most importantly, just RJ Barrett and this whole discourse that's been going on around him over the last little while. So lots of stuff to break down in this video, but folks, you guys have been crushing it, hitting that subscribe button as of late, right? We hit that 37,200. Let's see if we can get 37,250, continue our march towards 40,000 subscribers by the end of the season. But let's dive in to what's going on with this Raptor squad, because RJ Barrett set a little record last night, or set an official thing. He ended up having 7,000 points, which is now the highest amongst his draft class, fellow draft mates. Zion Williamson not there, of course, missing so many games, but Darius Garland, DG, Jordan Poole, John Morant. RJ Barrett hitting a little milestone over there over the course of his career, but man, RJ Barrett has just been a beast for the Raptors this season. Last night, an OT loss to the Miami Heat, where the Raptors lost 111-120. Tense game throughout it, but in the fourth quarter, especially in OT, Miami took that push over. But RJ Barrett, 29 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 11 of 17 shooting, and 4 of 6 from behind the three-point line. And this is the thing. This is the thing about RJ Barrett, which has, I think, inarguably been the case over the course of the season, especially clutch time, especially when, the points matter most. RJ Barrett has been by far the most consistent offensive player out here on the roster, and there's no real debating it. We can take a look at the stats in terms of what he's been able to provide, what he's been able to do. 22 points per game, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. And you round up there, 36% of the three-point line, 43% out there on corner threes, and this guy is only 24 years old. He's only 24 years old. He's coming into his own here now at this point, and frankly, the fact that people are coming out here, because I get it. I completely understand. I'm empathetic to the logic people are kind of pulling out here with these RJ Barrett takes, because we have Scottie Barnes, we have Scottie, we have Brandon Ingram, and hopefully by the end of the season we're gonna have a Cooper Flag. We're gonna have one of these elite young players. Heck, we even have Gradey Dick, who's a crucial piece to the future of this organization. But I think it is asinine. I think it is just dumb to really say, hey, RJ Barrett's not the guy that's going to fit, when he has been that top guy out here on the roster this season. He scores a bunches, especially at home. He has just been an absolute monster. And at the end of this game, he was the guy that we could rely upon to, get points, get buckets for this Raptors squad. It wasn't really anyone else. I mean, Immanuel Quickley had a solid game, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Scottie Barnes, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Fourth quarter and overtime were just brutal out there for Scottie Barnes. And I know how people react and making takes like this. And you're a Scottie Barnes hater now. You say something positive about Scottie, and then you love him to death, but you say something negative about Scottie, you hate him because he's a polarizing player amongst the fan base. I still am super bullish on Scottie Barnes, and the team should be built around him, of course. But to say, hey, because of this, we have to throw away RJ Barrett, we have to send him out, and especially when he's on the most reasonable contract for the future of this team. I don't have that saved here popped up, but RJ Barrett is on pretty good money for the next 2-3 seasons. The Raptors have a golden opportunity now over the next couple years with Brandon Ingram getting integrated, Scottie Barnes continuing to develop, to see what they have in this group. So people calling for the Raptors to make a big swing, make a big trade, RJ Barrett in this offseason, unless it's a superstar, unless it's one of those complete can't miss opportunities, I do not want to see that happen. So kind of putting that to bed. I've seen too much of that discourse, that banter, and amongst my friends out there on Twitter, all these different places. So that is what it is. But I will talk about Scottie Barnes a little bit in this game because 13 points for him, 6 rebounds. I just brought up his stats. Not shooting the ball that well. I don't mind him shooting, letting it fly from the 3-point line, but you'd like to see him be more assertive, especially in a close game. You'd like to see him be more assertive out there at the end of these games. You'd like to see him be more effective out there, attacking the rim, trying to get the Raptors one of these Ws, because he looked a little bit passive out there at certain nights. I mean, Wiggs played pretty salty. He played a really good game for the Miami Heat there. This new look Miami Heat team. Davion Mitchell, of course, on that squad. RJ took the trash talk from Davion pretty straight up and what attack and what going at it, but it's it is what it is. I'm not stressed about Scottie Barnes. I'm not worried about it, but it is something to be a little bit concerned about, to look at moving forward. But that's what the back half of the season's about. More reps, more opportunities for Scottie Barnes to prove himself in these moments. But just because that's the case doesn't mean we have to trade RJ Barrett in the offseason. But that is what it is. Orlando Robinson started in this game. Knocked down a 3, which is great to see. 9 points. One of his better games out there is the Toronto Raptors, so that's cool. Gradey Dick, kind of a non-factor in this one tonight. 9 points. Did have 10 rebounds. He's always hustling out there. I think Gradey Dick is underrated in terms of his defensive hustle and things like that. So that's a positive. But the one encouraging thing I really found in last night's game too is there's the bench is getting sneaky good for the Raptors. For years, we've been teased with guys coming off the bench, say, oh, these summer league dudes, and we get excited about them, and they don't really have an impact. Well, tonight we got 8 minutes from Jacoby Walter, 8 points, from Jacoby Walter, 9 points from Jamal Shead. Chris Boucher didn't have the greatest nights, but still 4 and 5. You got Jonathan Mobo with 5 points, and Ochai Agbaji 2 points, hustling out there on the defensive end stuff. But it looks like we have, and Jameson Bell didn't even play in this one. We got 5-6 guys that can come off the bench that are legit NBA dudes, NBA players that, whether it's this season or future years, there's actually a nice young kind of core developing for this Toronto Raptors team with some depth, with some, things to build around this big three that we've been putting together in Scottie Barnes, RJ Barrett, and Brandon Ingram. So shout out to Masai Ujiri for figuring out, the nice pieces to put together. Really excited to see the development of Shead, of Mobo, of Jacoby Walter, because the rooks, it looks like the Raptors got a really nice, young crop of players coming up. And of course, this upcoming season, we have our own first-round pick, which will hopefully be number 1 overall, and then the Portland Trailblazers second. And they're coming down to, well, they've been bad at the start of the season, went on a nice run there. Hopefully coming down to earth a little bit in regards to having a better second-round draft pick. So we got the young players, we got everything in place, but I'm just sick of all the RJ Barrett kind of nonsense that's going out there. So I wanted to kind of frame this video, really around that, and congratulate our Canadian homegrown hero, getting 7,000 points. So that's everything in this video. You guys are the best thing this far. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Again, trying to hit 40K by the end of this regular season. So got ways to go, but hit the sub button if you made it this far out there in the vid. Anyways, you guys are best. I'm signing out. Cheers.